back to episode number 40. Yeah,
Number 40.
Number 40, and lots of things to talk about tonight. It is a lot of things going on in America, a lot of things that keep us. If I had hair and Will had a little hair, we would be.
It's why we're bald and why we don't have to shave as much as we would normally.
Joe Biden would definitely make us lose a lot more hair, for sure. So Biden White House cries foul after the New York Times editorial board rebukes his overuse of executive orders. For the record, in the first week, Trump had four. Biden has had 32 in 1 week. Roll the tape, William, please.
I have this strange notion. We are a democracy. Things you can't do by executive order unless you're a dictator. We're a democracy.
Well, wow.
Yeah. Well,
talk about you're a hypocrite. You're the dictator. 35 executive orders within the first week.
Yeah. So congratulations, and Joe Biden. What happened to being a dictator? See, Joe Biden is nothing more than a figurehead. They got people over there just
pulling the strings,
working the strings. And some of the executive orders, and I'll get more into the Keystone pipeline coming up, but they forget that people work for a living. People have mortgages. People have car notes. People have kids in college and so on and forth. And it just ticks me off, but they've forgotten all about that.
Well, he's not wrong as far as, whatever happened to what's the point of the Congress and the Senate? Because aren't they supposed to be the ones that make laws, not the president?
President's supposed to sign into laws. So the laws are supposed to be vetted, argued, and then voted on. We have missed all of the above.
But of course, no one's gonna. I mean, when he's got the majority in the House and tie in the Senate, who's gonna cry about it?
No, nobody's crying about it. Nobody is crying. Well, I mean. The Washington Post tried doing it, but, they didn't go a whole bunch. Didn't go real far. So Americans still waiting on their coronavirus stimulus checks. For a guy that, I'll say it again, for a guy that owes me $2,000, and I am using that number, 2,000, because he said it was going to be 2,000, and he's sure spending my money. Where's my check, Joe? And you're wearing those fancy clothes and everything. Where's my money?
I'll tell you where it is. Going to Central America.
No doubt. So we're sending $4 million down to Central America.
Try B with a bill.
Yeah, billion. And Saturday, Biden had a discussion with the President Emmanuel Lopez Obrador. And no, I didn't say Labrador. I said Obrador. And the President of Mexico. And they decided they were going to come together. And, of course, America will foot the bill. We're going to send $4 billion. Where the hell is my money? That's what I want to know. And if you're going to get your money, there are now some restrictions on that money if you made over a certain amount of money. So, Will, sorry, you're not getting your check.
No, I just barely.
The only reason I'm getting a check is because I'm married. And that's pretty much it. But we're sending $4 billion over to Central America and South America, and God bless. I mean, it's only our money, right? Didn't we just send them all kind of money? We did.
We just sent all kinds of money to all kinds of foreign countries that we shouldn't have been given a penny to.
So it looks like they're going to change the stay in Mexico policy, and they are going to so people will be able to cross over. And I got a story that we're going to talk about illegals released after a memo was sent from the Biden administration. A federal judge has since then said that it is not legal for them to release these people on the streets. That was done in Texas, and Texas is not happy because who has to pay for additional welfare food stamps? A lot of that's on the burden of Texas. Healthcare, and so on and so forth. All right. Crazy story. Looks like Schumer is talking about, did he just say erection?
Yes.
I think he did. Roll the tape.
But make no mistake, There will be a trial, and when that trial ends, senators will have to decide if they believe Donald John Trump incited the insurrection against
Incited the erection? Wow.
Incited the erection.
I think he incited the erection.
Well,
I
think Melania is guilty of that.
Yeah,
but
she could be. It could be Stormy Daniels. We don't know at this point. The crazy thing, when I see all this stuff going on with Biden administration, we are experiencing it now, and it's in our back pockets here in New Mexico with the oil and gas industry. I know people that have been laid off. I know people that have lost their jobs. I know people that are planning to move to other places because they don't have family here. And, putting a 100-day pause or a 60-day pause on drilling and new permits, you think business is going to wait around for 60 days?
Well, and so Texas is getting away kind of without the majority of this because they have so much private land.
Right.
Unlike New Mexico, which is a big majority federal land, so we're getting hit hard with all of these executive orders. Not only, even the pipeline has taken its toll on some of our pipeliners.
I know some of the pipelines. By the way, if you don't like pipelines and you don't like the oil and gas industry, please do not put gas in your tank and go outside right now and turn off your natural gas for heat and turn off your electricity because a lot of the electricity is actually, is powered through natural gas.
Of course it is. Hey, guess what? Those charging stations that you liberals like so much? Oh, guess what powers those charging stations?
Oh my goodness.
It's amazing. And that all those electronics and all that plastic you use, I wonder where that stuff comes from.
I tell you what, the Biden administration is some of the most condescending son of a guns I've ever heard in my entire life. Let's start with John Kerry, who is he like the climate czar, or I think that's his title.
He's a traitor, and he needs to get the hell out.
John Kerry is a billionaire that actually has his own fleet of private planes that he flies around the world in. What's his carbon footprint?
Yeah.
What is his sacrifices? So when he talks about these sacrifices, is he talking about his own sacrifice?
Nope, of course not. Liberals don't talk about their own sacrifice. They're still going out and eating and getting their hair done and getting their nails done and doing everything else that they've not allowed us to do. And in the case of John Kerry, he's burning up oil and gas like you can believe, but it's okay for him as long as he fights against us normal people being able to.
It's the little people that have to make the sacrifices. And it breaks my heart to see hardworking Americans, people that put on a pair of work boots every day and go get their hands dirty, are the ones that are being laid off today. And this boondoggle about you'll be able to get a job in the number one sector right now, solar and wind.
Making a half or worse.
A pipeliner will make $250,000 to $300,000 a year. And if you do solar and wind, guess what? You are never, ever, ever home. You'll never see your family. What kind of sacrifice is John Kerry making? You know what? If there's one guy that I really can't stand, it's Herman Munster, John Kerry. Here's what he has to say about, sacrifices. We all have to make sacrifices.
New jobs that pay better, that are cleaner. You look at the consequences of black lung for a miner, for instance, and measure that against the fastest growing job in the United States before COVID was solar power technician. The same people can do those jobs.
I just don't buy that.
No.
I just don't buy that there are more people doing solar energy than working in the oil field. I'm just not buying it.
I'm sorry. If they work their whole life and they've got a specialty, they're not going to be able to just up and change. And even if they do, they're never going to come close to the same kind of money.
Biden said that we're going to turn oil field workers into computer programmers.
Oh.
That's like saying, okay, we got an offensive lineman. We're going to teach him how to be a ballerina. It doesn't work that way.
Nope.
So cut number 2, he goes on to talk about these high-paying jobs.
It's not a choice between having jobs, having good jobs, having the quality of life. Quality of life will be better when Gina has put her team together that produces choices for us that are healthier, less cancer, cleaner air. The greatest the greatest cost to America, the greatest cause of children being hospitalized every summer in the United States, we spend $55 billion a year on it, is environmentally induced asthma. That will change as we...
Yeah, I'm sure that will change. I'm sure that will change.
Here's the thing.
And when's the last time the government has worried about somebody's health care?
It's not going to change, because here's why. Here's why. Because that's great. America is conscious about what we put out and our carbon footprint, but China doesn't give a crap.
The rest of the world.
India doesn't give a crap. Russia doesn't give a crap.
Nope.
Iran doesn't give a crap. Guess where all this oil and gas is going to be going? Because we're shipping all of our money overseas now, and all of that oil and gas is going to be produced there with no regulation whatsoever.
Nope.
And we're going to pollute the planet like never before. And all you're doing, liberals, is making them be able to pollute more.
More powerful, more powerful. And here's the deal. If you believe by shutting down the Keystone pipeline, oil and gas is going to stop flowing, it's on trains. It's on, on semi-trucks right now. Come on.
Oh, Warren Buffett himself, Mr. Democrat, contributor like crazy. He owns, all of this railroad share, and he makes a crap ton of money, billions of dollars. And of course, he's going to continue to make that because his oil is going to keep being shipped on the railroad instead of the pipeline.
I hope Canada sues the hell in the world court, sues the hell out of America in the world court. Joe Biden on the pandemic. Joe, you said you could do a better job. We know that you had no plan coming in the office. But, at the time Donald Trump left office, we were giving how many shots? How many shots? Were we giving injections? How many were we giving a day of this vaccine? I think it's more than you were getting all of a sudden.
It is.
My 87-year-old mother still has not gotten her vaccine. Still hasn't, because supposedly where she lives in Louisiana is out of the vaccine. I blame that on Joe Biden. I blame that on you deciding that in some cases that prisoners would get the vaccine before our seniors. So Joe Biden's asked a tough question from Peter Doocy, and I love Peter Doocy because he will ask some tough questions. But now he's saying they're going to increase to 1.5 million, vaccines a day, because the number he had set was actually less than Trump's. Here's what Biden had to say about the whole thing. When Peter Doocy asked him about that subject, here's what he had to say.
Now, wait. I know he always asks me tough questions, and he always has an edge to them, but I like him anyway. So go ahead and ask the question.
Thank you, Mr. President. So you just said that you think within 3 weeks or so we'll be at the point where there are 1 million vaccines per day, but it seems like...
No, I think we'll get there before that. I said, I misspoke. I hope we'll be able to increase as we go on till we get to the 1.5 million a day. That's my hope.
And then the follow-up to that would be, now that you're president and you're saying there's nothing we can do to change the trajectory of the pandemic in the next several months, what happened to 2 months ago when you were talking declaratively about I am going to shut down the virus?
Well, I'm going to shut down the virus, but I never said I'd do it in 2 months. I said it took a long time to get here.
Interesting. Interesting. So you don't have the magic wand that can just wipe away the coronavirus. Although, have you noticed? California, New York, even here in New Mexico, stuff's starting to open back up.
Yeah. It's amazing how it wasn't political, right?
What is it, 8 days? 8 days since he was inaugurated. No, of course the coronavirus isn't political. No. Well, you're stupid to think that.
So a lot of people thought that President Trump was going to come up with the Patriot Party, and he was going to be the candidate for 2024 in the Patriot Party. Today he says that I'm going to be actively involved as a Republican in Republican politics. I'm not interested in forming a third party.
Well, and I can't blame him because all that's going to happen, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm as frustrated with anybody with the swamp Republicans. But all we're going to do is hand things to the Democrats if we split our party.
Yeah, we're just going to fracture the party, and it's not going to work. What we need, is new leadership
Yep.
and the Republican Party. Let's not let's not do away with it. Let's actually try to find a fix for it.
Amen.
Looks like President Biden's press secretary, her name is Jen Psaki, is sporting the communist Russia hammer and sickle. Check her out. Oh, is that John Kerry she's with?
Oh, sure enough.
Oh, really? And do the close-up on this thing. Oh, it is the hammer and sickle.
Sure enough.
Oh, wow.
Nice little Russian hat she's got there.
Oh, that's really awesome. Now, she does have a catchword when she has these press conferences, and here's some of the things that she went on to say at her press conferences so far this year in, what is it, 8 days or so.
I'll circle back if there's more I can share with you. I'll circle back with you if there's more to convey. I'll have to just circle back with you. We can circle back with. I'm happy to circle back with you. I can circle back. I will have to circle back on that one. That's an excellent question. Oh, such an important question. We will circle back with you, and we'll circle back with you. It's an interesting question, but we'll circle back. I'm happy to circle back, but I'll have to circle back with you on it. It's a good question, but we'll circle back with you on this today. We will certainly circle back with you more directly. I hate to disappoint you, but I will have to circle back with.
Wow.
Apparently, she doesn't know crap.
No.
I mean, because all that told me was that she doesn't know a damn thing. That she just that's her go-to, right? Circle back.
We're circling back. And
God, we miss Kayleigh McEnany already.
Oh, man, what a hottie too.
Oh,
not her.
No,
but,
McEnany for sure.
Looks like Senate Republicans threatening about the impeachment. We had 5 Republicans that voted on the Senate side to go ahead with the impeachment.
Get them the hell out of there.
They need to be done.
I'm sorry, because, I mean, okay, if there was something to actually impeach, if he had actually had intent, if he had actually told people to go and take up arms or go and break the door down or go and assault people, if he had told people that, then I say, hell yes, hold his ass to the fire. Yep. But guess what? He never said any of that. He said, let's peacefully go and let our voices be heard.
As I go back and continue to watch the video, because I keep hearing things that he said on a daily basis, and he never said any of that. But John Cornyn is, he, of course, from Texas. He's a Republican, and John Cornyn said, if we can impeach Trump, who is not in office anymore, maybe we can go back and impeach other sitting presidents and representatives and senators.
Sure.
So he's thinking about bringing impeachment hearings against Bernie Sanders for the shooting of Steve Scalise. Oh, wait, isn't that pretty much the same? Wait, a Bernie Sanders follower goes out and shoots Steve Scalise.
Well, it's got to be because he was, Bernie encouraged him, right?
So this could open things up. And if this happens, I got to say, I do believe that Clinton could be in some dangerous waters.
And so should she.
Yeah, so, and even Bill Clinton could be in some dangerous waters. They'll bring him up on some other charges even after he's been out of office for 20-something years. Looks like Biden today signed the abortion fund for foreigners. Now, you might be saying, well, what the hell does that mean? Well, it just means Trump mandated that no U.S. citizens would pay for abortions in foreign countries. We have reversed course on that. And we heard from this first from Dr. Anthony Fauci, the highest paid individual in the government.
In the federal government, even higher than the president.
$487,000 a year for Anthony Fauci. Even a Chief Justice Roberts only makes $260-something thousand. So anyway, we're going to pay. It's not bad enough that the federal government pays for abortions here in the United States. Now we're going to fund abortions in other countries. It's another way that your tax dollars are really, really hard.
I'm sorry.
Work.
Why? What justification do they have for funding abortions, period, but much less in other countries?
Yeah, because it's America's job to kill babies everywhere, I guess. But
it's horrific.
And this is part of the reason why in less than 6 months I retire, because I'm tired of my tax dollars going to foreign countries, and I'm tired of my tax dollars not being spent the right way. So I'm done, and I'm going to cash out and be done with it and try not to pay any more taxes. And if I can get out of paying taxes, for the first time in my life, I used to think, well, it's everybody's obligation to pay taxes. I've started to change and go, why are my tax dollars going to everywhere else, but where are they supposed to be? So
if they stayed in our community, if they actually went to something that mattered, I would be fine with it. Wouldn't have an issue one. But I'm tired of funding other countries and funding things that I don't agree with.
I agree. Last week, Joe Biden sent out a memo, and it was just about the time that we decided to put a pause on deportations. But he also sent out a memo to ICE and told them to release 14,000 illegal immigrants that were being held in Texas. 71% of those illegal immigrants are convicted felons. That were being held to be deported. But Joe Biden said let them go, so now we got a bunch of felons that are running the street. Look, it's one thing to have our own felons.
Yeah.
But felons from other countries don't make a whole bunch of sense to me.
Why would we do that? Why would we just release them all?
Because you know what? We very, very soon, we will have no borders. It's going to be an open territory. And for people like my wife that came to this country, paid her dues, paid her money, was vetted, it's not fair to them and everybody else that has gone before them. Just not fair. We are a country of immigrants. We allow 1 million immigrants to receive green cards every year. We have done our part. It's not our job to take care of every damn person from every other country. It's not our job. And you know what? It will be death of America. It will. It will be death to America. And I'm just going to say this. I have never gotten it that people from other countries that are in these caravans carrying a flag from a country that you're fleeing. How does that make sense? That country can't take care of you, but you're carrying their flag. I'm all about being prideful, but at the same time, you're fleeing that country because it's a bad place. I don't get it. Don't get it at all. God bless. Hey, don't forget to please subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 1,000. If you could tell your friends, let them know about it, and of course, hit the notification button so that you actually get notified every time we come on. That would be awesome. God bless. We need prayer. We need prayer.
We need something.
We need prayer. And by the way, if you hear that snoring in the background, that's actually baby Dea, who is down here.
It's not the third bald guy on the right, which he's usually still sleeping in this studio as it is. But no, I was trying to show a shot of the dog, but we can't see her.
Dea.
She's sleeping. She's back behind us.
She's preggo, so so you know who's paying for those babies? I am.
There you go.
So God bless you guys. I hope you guys have a great night. All we can do at this point is pray. Biden might be up to 50 executive orders after next week. And for those that say, well, he's not coming after my job, not yet. He could be.
Yep.
He could be.
Just wait.
It's the same thing with censorship. You might be saying, yeah, I'm glad they turned off Donald Trump. When they turn off you, that's going to be the problem.
You'll be singing a different tune.
Yeah, no doubt.
Thank you, guys. Don't forget, we're streaming all over on podcasts. You can, anywhere you listen to an audio podcast, Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, Alexa. You can even tell her to play Two Bald Guys on the Right. Wherever you listen to podcasts, we're also, of course, on YouTube. Two Bald Guys on the Right. Please hit that subscription button. We would really appreciate it. And we will talk to you again on Monday.
God bless.